G MacRae with the Be Your Own Superhero Success Series. I'm at Two Brain Workshop today, and my guest today is Janelle Tang. Welcome, Janelle.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Janelle, you've got a new business just starting. Meeple and Sheep is the name of your business.
Yep.
What's a Meeple and Sheep?
Well, Meeple and Sheep is an online board game store and community where you can go on the website and find out about different and new exciting games you can play with your family and friends. So it's more targeted for specifically towards parents and families.
Why board games?
Well, I've always played board games. I grew up with two older brothers, so luckily they didn't shun me. They accepted me, and I spent a lot of time playing games in our basement. We did a lot of role-playing games, which is a little bit more intense, but we did play board games a lot as well, and that's been a big part of me growing up in my childhood. Some of the fondest memories come from playing games, and I really wanted to bring that.
Did they let you win once in a while?
Sometimes. So I really wanted to bring that back now that I'm a mom in the family. I never actually stopped playing games, but I wanted to have that relationship with my kids through board games. So board games is something really important to me, and I started playing games with my daughter when she was around 4 or 5, and she beats me a lot.
Oh wow!
It's incredible. It's pretty impressive.
So the name Meeple, I didn't know what a Meeple was.
Yeah.
Meeple and Sheep. How did that name come about?
Well, Meeple is the name given. I don't think it's the official name. I don't think it's actually in the dictionary if anyone looks it up. But Meeple is a name given to pawns in board games. It's like the people in board games. So they call them Meeples. And while Meeple and Sheep, it took me a very long time to come up with the name because I wanted something that sounded fun and witty and kind of creative. And basically, sheeps are cute and it rhymes. So I kind of put the two together.
So the Meeple part is kind of your board game pawns or your
and there's
actually Meeples in the game.
There's actually quite a few sheeps in board games. So one of the most popular board games, one of the most popular modern style board games that has been around for quite a few decades now, but Catan, that has a sheep in it, and quite a few board games actually do have sheeps in them, so it's just something funny.
So is there a rise in interest today in board games with everyone being so connected to their computers and tablets and their smartphones? Why now for board games?
I think that's exactly why, because there is such a pull and a growth of technology that some people are trying to go back to more tactile games and things outside of the realm of virtual. So, and the great thing is board games allow you to reconnect to the people around you and make meaningful relationships and build on those relationships, where online with social media oftentimes you have all these hundreds of friends, but they might not be as deep and as important as the relationships you have with your family, with your friends, and a lot of people lose that. And there's a research recently that was conducted, I think it was 2016, and they said young adults between the age of 18 to 34 spend an average of 5 hours a day on the internet.
Wow.
So 5 hours a day that you're not spending with your family, your friends, you're connected online. So I think that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this, and I'm guilty of that too. I spend a lot of time on the phone, especially with two businesses. So it's one of those things where it helps me reconnect, it helps me stay grounded, it helps me stay focused on the people that matter to me the most, and build relationships and build something you're doing in common. It just brings people together.
So people are connected, but at the same time, people are connected electronically, but they're actually disconnected because they're not really having those in-person, face-to-face relationships and the whole expression of emotion and everything that goes along with an in-person activity. And this is something that is a love of yours from your childhood,
Yeah.
and something that you're passionate about with your own family.
Exactly.
So you saw an opportunity there
Yeah.
to develop this into a business,
Yeah.
so other people could enjoy
Yeah.
spending time with their families and friends in
Exactly.
person.
I saw actually a gap online. When I tried to find new board games, you really have to do a lot of research to find what's new and what's exciting with board games. So what I wanted to create is a place where especially moms can go and everything's there. You know, they can find great videos, they can find like how-to videos, top 5 videos, and these are all curated games, like a smaller selection of games that would appeal to, you know, different age groups, and really offering ways to modify games so you can play with a 4-year-old and your 12-year-old.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So there's ways that you can make everyone enjoy the experience and not exclude anyone because of their age. Everyone can kind of participate at various levels.
And with the website is, it has tutorials on
exactly.
how to do that, to include all ages into the games, or age-appropriate games in different categories as well.
Yeah, so that's our goal, is to not have everything, but to have a more curated approach and to have more content around every single game. So it's more of a community. There's going to be a space where people can share tips, people can share ideas, experiences, reviews of games, and basically a place where parents can discover new games and help them find, because these games are extremely educational. They're very educational. Like when my daughter plays, or my 4-year-old plays a game, I'm always shocked at how much he knows and how good he is at counting, and it's a great way for them to practice their skills, their social skills, practice their math skills, and they don't even know it.
Wow, so they make fun.
I know,
math.
it's extremely enjoyable, and it's fun, and you don't even realize you're learning through the process. So I think that's really important and great.
What ages would people start with a young family, start playing games? Like what ages would the children have to be to sort of start getting exposed to board games?
I think good age is around 4, because at around 4 you start your attention span is a little bit longer, and there's games that are about 10 to 15 minutes long, and there's games that can be played with 4-year-olds that don't require any reading. So that's another thing too, is figuring out which games require what amount of reading level, right? So that certain kids
and all
can
that
play.
information is available?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay,
so there's a lot of games that are out there that can be played with a 4-year-old, and I think at that time they start to get excited about this kind of stuff.
Are there games for adults too with short attention spans? I mean, there's a lot of adults today with short attention spans.
Well, I mean, sometimes it could be that it's not fun enough. So with board games, there's a lot of them. That's the thing. We help you find the games that would interest you, your type of game. So if, for example, you're someone that doesn't like to lose, then I would suggest a co-op game where everyone wins together.
Nice.
And there's lots of fun games like that. So it's just kind of figuring out what type of games you enjoy and helping you get to that point. Excellent.
So watch this video, then get off your computer and go get a board game. Meeple and Sheep, Janelle Tang, MeepleandSheep.ca. Janelle Tang, thank you for joining us today on Be Your Own Superhero.